Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa, and I am here with my mom, Crypto Nana, for LTC. I hope everyone's having a great holiday, and we're just going to have a quick show to catch you guys up over the holiday break on some crypto news and check in with some of the fam. So do us a favor and give us a like, subscribe if you're not already to the channel, and we'll be right back with Mom A.
I need to do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Share your channel.
Happy holidays, Mame. How are you? Did you have a great Christmas?
Oh, amazing Christmas, Lisa. I'm so excited to see Nana here joined us. It's such a special time, right? Between
Yeah,
Christmas
I'm
and
happy to
New
be
Year.
here. Yeah.
I know. Happy holidays, all together. New Year, Hanukkah, Christmas, everything combined.
Right. That's right.
That's right. Well, and you had a special one. You have a little one in the house, and that's always fun. So
It's magical.
Yeah.
Magical. Oh my gosh. Opening the gifts, leaving the cookies and the milk for Santa.
Yes.
This morning, I left the little screen, a little bit of the fireplace open. I said, "You see, he opened it. It's like the best time." I mean,
I remember all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
she still believes. So it's a big deal here in the house.
How early did she get up?
She didn't, she slept in.
Did she?
It
Okay.
definitely wasn't oh, I gotta get up too early, but she was definitely dreaming with it because she moved to my bed and in the middle of the night, she woke up and said, Grinch.
Oh, she was scared.
And then she fell asleep again. And then in the morning, I had enough time to, play around. And I cleaned up the whole house because the night before we just were playing and we had a great dinner. So I was, cleaning up the house. By the time she woke up, everything was beautiful.
Oh, nice.
That's
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah,
That's
I
really
know. I saw a picture of all your kiddos together, Lisa. It was incredible. I'm certain you had a blast too.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Cool, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know, got something or got a sinus infection from wearing that mask on the way home from Florida, and I'm still kind of fighting. And but my kiddos came over, and one of Charlie's came, and so it was really nice just having my babies at home, and we made pizza and hung out and just got to spend time together. That was, the most important thing. And then we've got to come here and spend time with Nana and Papa, and one of my brothers came. So we kind of all, cross over here and there, but spending time with family is the most important thing. So that's what's been the best part of Christmas for me.
No, this year it's every year we go to Brazil, try to at least, and this year we couldn't make it over there, and it was so interesting because in Brazil we celebrate the Christmas Eve at night. So while my family was having a party there, we participated virtually. So in the metaverse, if this was only metaverse, we could have hugged, right? Yeah. But we were there present, and it was so beautiful because in my house, in my uncle's house, the whole family, my mom was there, all my cousins and Lara's little cousins, because my cousins have many cousins, had many babies. And then there was a beautiful Christmas tree, and Lara's was so excited to see that there were every single ornament in the tree was those transparent balls adorned with ribbons and a picture of family members. And she was so excited to see hers and mommy and hers and our family that included in that tree.
That's so thoughtful. Yes.
It was so amazing. She was like, and my mom was help looking for hers and found more than one. And she felt a sense like, even though we weren't there, she was there, and it was amazing.
So nice.
It was that part of Christmas. Yes, it was. And it's funny because they sell those transparent ornaments in the dollar store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so you
Yeah,
can always do
it doesn't have to be something
all you do.
expensive. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
just
Put
those
a
thoughtful
picture of a
things.
family member in there and with a ribbon, and it was just amazing. The
Yeah.
whole tree was made out of the family, so
Wow.
beautiful.
Very
I
thoughtful. That
know,
is a great idea.
I know.
Thoughts for next Christmas, for crypto
Yeah.
There
Christmas
you
parties
go.
for next year.
There you
Yeah.
Yeah, or if you miss someone and want to include them, make
Yeah.
sure you make a little ornament
Mhm.
for them. So that's a neat way.
That is a great idea. Great idea for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nana, you had some excitement this Christmas.
Oh, which one? You mean
You're slipping and
the falling
falling.
down one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, as well.
Yeah.
I was carrying a big food tray upstairs,
She had a
and I
trip.
cleared the stairs just fine. And I made it down the hallway, and because it's a big round tray, so you can't see your feet or what's on the floor, right?
Yeah.
So my little 18-year-old dog had an accident. It was very sticky and slippery. I stepped in it, and I fell really hard, and hit my pelvic bones really hard. And Steve said, "Should we call 911?" I said, "No, let me just lay here for a minute." And then I got up, and after about 3 days of pain and not being able to move very well, I finally went to urgent care. They told me I had great bones. For any other 75-year-old would have had a compression fracture. And I did have, soft tissue damage or whatever. But so they put me on steroids and a muscle relaxer, and I have been flying ever since. It's
Oh,
been
I feel
wonderful.
great
I
now.
feel great.
I'm like,
Nana, you're so strong. Good for
Yeah.
you. I'm glad you're feeling okay. And hopefully what's on the tray remained on the tray. I'm trying to visualize and thinking, oh my gosh,
I'm good. I'm
it
good.
probably was messy, super messy too.
Yeah, it was a little messy. That's true. Well, I just stripped down, threw all that stuff in the bathtub, and worried about it 3 days later. Well, I
Yeah,
did run some soapy water, but
there you go, Nana. Gotta do what you gotta do.
priorities. Yeah.
priorities.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, by hopefully by New Year you're gonna be, and
Oh, by tonight I might be really a new person.
Yeah, I went to
Yeah,
bed
we
last night early, and she and Charlie stayed up, and she drank like half a bottle of wine and talk on the steroids.
I'm not sure you're supposed to do that when you're on them,
Yeah,
but it was
maybe
wonderful.
not. They had a
Once
wonderful
in a
time. And then today we went to the same restaurant that she
Mhm.
told Charlie and I when she gave us Litecoin, because we got married in like October 2017, and she
This
gave
was
us
June of 2017 when we went, because
Was it June?
he was having his triple bypass, and he had it in June.
So then that's when you told us about cryptos.
Yeah, it was the first time I shared my
then-
dirty secret that I was
Yes.
into this
Yeah,
alternative
and then gave us
money.
and then we were getting married. We eventually got married in October. That's when she gave us cryptos in June and told us about Litecoin and cryptos and all that. And so we went to that same restaurant and kind of had a little anniversary. Yeah. A little memory.
how nice.
A little
Yeah.
throwback today.
Mhm.
Yeah, and time flies. I mean, it's amazing. And I look
Yeah, it is.
back, it's, when you realize it's like 4
Yeah,
years.
4 years. I mean,
Mhm.
holy cow.
Yeah.
I know.
Actually,
Where
4.5.
did the time go?
4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because June. This is December.
Mhm.
Wow.
I know, it's amazing.
Yes.
Nana is over there, red, orange peeling everybody and blue peeling everybody.
Yeah. Well,
I
and then
love
Nana and Papa bought Carly's wedding dress,
Mhm.
and there was some trouble with the credit card.
Yeah.
That's another reason to have
Because
cryptos.
the bank, supposedly to protect me, but they're protecting themselves, had put a limit on how much I could use a day on my card. It's a small town bank, so it wasn't a very high limit. And I was like, what?
And so
Yeah,
I'm
I
in
knew the money
my
was in it.
town with Carly, and Carly had to go back to work. So I'm standing there at the wedding dress place, and these two girls are there. And so they're like, "So what do you do?" And I'm like, "Well, I have a YouTube channel." And so I start talking to them, and the one girl's like super interested, in her fiance actually bought some Shiba a while back. And so we start talking, and then I start talking to them and they're like, "But why?" And so then we start talking about what money is, the value of money, why we, that money is actually what we save our time, our
Mhm.
we work, and then we save our time or our value in money, and then how because they're printing it now it's worth less, because they're stealing our time from us actually.
And then you get into the character of the stealers.
Yeah.
And, and it just kind of like degrades from there.
So these poor girls are like trying to get the bank thing to clear.
Get this woman out of here.
Get this lady out of here. So anyway, I'm having a little class at my house for my hairdresser and a couple close friends on the 29th.
You should film it.
And well, I think that these girls might come. I invited them, so I think they might
funny
join.
because usually happens stuff like this on weddings, right? And on my best friend's wedding, I flew to Brazil. And I used my credit card once. And then the second time I was going to use it, I was actually in a store trying to buy a dress and I was going to be a bridesmaid. I have to be specific, blah, blah, blah. And I go swipe my card and the thing doesn't work. And it's just like that because, to avoid themselves some trouble, they decided to put me on a bad position. So here I am asking the clerk in the store to please allow me to use their Wi-Fi. Luckily, they had their password. I was able to do it. And I had to contact hours spent sitting on a store, bothering people, awkward. You just want to get out there. And it is dealing with banks. If it was.
So while the mom's trying to contact the bank to say, yes, that is me trying to buy my granddaughter's, wedding dress as a gift, then I'm red pilling or orange pilling these two
and then
at the bridal store.
What is the value of your last transaction? And I'm like, I don't know.
Well, and then because of what like Johnny's taught me about chargebacks and all this girl, this actually was a new bridal store, and so I'm telling her about chargebacks, things like that, and she was like, what? They can do that with? And I said, yeah. So someone could come buy a wedding dress from you, take it out of the store, and within a time frame of even 6 months from now, call their bank and do a chargeback and take the money back, and you're out of luck. You don't have the property, and their bank takes the money back out of your account. And she was like horrified.
And you have to dispute it to gain that money back. And it's not very easy to prove all the pointers that you need to prove. You know what I mean? So it's really,
I was in a restaurant one time waiting for a to-go order and talking to the bartender who was the daughter of the owner. And the owner was like in a flurry, not a panic, but trying to get free what he was doing because he was going to deliver the order. It was a delivery order because apparently these people had a history of ordering food
and then
getting it and then contacting their whatever and saying it was bad or something, and then the chargeback.
So it is unfortunate.
He was going to confront them apparently.
I know, it's so sad.
Oh my gosh,
You can't believe how much that can hurt a small business, because every order counts. And if you get a loss on everything, it's very unfortunate. And it's happening more often with these apps and things like that. I see, people just doing it. It's unfortunate.
Well, and like when I had to call the bank, I thought I was calling my small town bank. Turned out after I go through my whole scenario, she's like, oh, no, there's no fraud thing on your hold on your account. But we're a third party, whatever. You need to call them directly. And I thought, well, I thought it was, So I look up the small hometown number and call that. And then I could talk to somebody at that small town bank. And then they would say, oh, yeah, we only put $1,000, whatever on it. And but for today, we'll raise it, for whatever you want, but it's like only for 24 hours, and they go back to that $1,000.
And then once again, why is that? Because it's not your money; it's their money.
Exactly.
Right.
You're a creditor that they are going to give you permission, maybe, to spend their money.
I know it's unfortunate. I mean, in this day and age, diversify at a minimum.
At a minimum. For sure.
Well, if I had, I have a Litecoin card. I just haven't gotten online and done my PIN or whatever I have to do it. I got to thinking, I should have put Litecoin on there and then used that card.
And then you can always replace the Litecoin.
And then I can replace the Litecoin later,
Yeah.
Because right now I just like keep 2 on there. I don't keep a large amount, but I could have put enough for the wedding dress, and then
That
Yeah,
it
and
would
that's
have been instant. It would have been
Yeah.
instant.
For sure. And on those apps, but it's not all the stores that I
This
register.
is it. They aren't set up
Yeah.
yet. They will be.
Yeah.
They
But
will
a
be.
cold card, maybe, I'm considering so many alternatives nowadays
Mhm.
because I do feel like I definitely want to capitalize on those
Yeah.
backs too, get some
especially
Bitcoin.
the ones that give you Bitcoin back. Yeah, that you get that Bitcoin back kind of
I
options.
do have a kind of related question. Now we're talking about
Sure.
cards and all. I got a call this afternoon from a grandchild who has a Litecoin on a paper wallet that I gave him at some point, and he's talking about a block card too. So I don't know if he's got something. I'm not sure what the block card's about. Maybe he wants to put it in a wallet. I don't know, but he has a old paper wallet that probably gave it to him back in 2017 or something. The parents stuck it in a safe and thought, what's the worthless stuff, Well, all of a sudden now they're interested in it, and he's downloading an Exodus wallet, and we need to sweep that coins off of that into the Exodus. I am guessing all you do is go into the Exodus page and hit receive, and then there's an ability to scan, and you scan the private address or not.
To be honest, with Exodus, I wouldn't be able to tell you because I have never done it personally. Like I don't have a paper wallet.
You know what I might do? I might send a Litecoin to a paper wallet and try it.
Yeah, and Exodus, I don't know if it's like how they integrated Litecoin. That's what my main concern is, because you want to use a blockchain that it's kind of like on the Litecoin blockchain, because that for example, on the Trust wallet, it's like a ERC wallet, and they made some adjustments to fit Litecoin. I don't know how exactly.
It will depend if which blockchain it's on. Yeah,
maybe what you need is more like a true Litecoin wallet. I'm not sure.
Well, his sister has a Lite wallet, and I think he was going to do that, and I said, well, that's fine as long as you're not
on the Lite wallet. I know it's possible.
Wallets,
So he could do a Lite wallet.
So Lite wallet would be compatible though with the paper wallet, probably.
It's compatible with the paper wallet, and that is when you go to the Lite wallet website, there is a fact page. If you type I want to getting my Litecoin from a paper wallet, transfer from a paper wallet to Lite wallet,
they will have instructions.
And it has simple instructions on how to do it. And because I did a little bit of customer service there, just helping people.
Right.
I had a lot of people that had that question, and I would always take them to the guide, and they would just thank later, say thank you, it worked out great.
All right, I'm going to tell him to do that. And then if he wants other coins, he can do the Exodus or something.
Now, Exodus, I would go because every single wallet will have a fact page, frequently asked questions, and you can go Lite wallet, and if it will say, how do I recover my Litecoin using a paper wallet,
right?
If there will be instructions on how to get that done. If there is an instructions, I wouldn't try it.
Right.
How about that?
You don't want to lose it or get it caught up somewhere or something.
And let's say, he wants some 101 backup on how to do this. He can always go on Discord, look for the Litecoin Foundation group, and from there people can help him out. But I do think the instructions are pretty solid.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So good luck. I know it's every time I'm still, even though I'm more familiar and doing more transfers and things are more natural, but when it's something new, I get a little goosebumpy right before. So, but it will be okay. It always works. It's a blockchain.
Right.
Yeah,
definitely. What do we want to start with? Let's see here.
So you sent one last minute that seemed quite promising, right? It was Cynthia Lumen's.
I think that's probably some really big news for the U.S. Definitely, about some positive things happening for cryptocurrency. A crypto bill. This was a Christmas gift, I think, for the U.S.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, we needed.
What's the bottom line on it? What's the essence of
So she had said that crypto was
it? Money?
a God's gift to
Yeah, she did say that.
literally. She said it's God's gift, especially with the governments, being so
Mm-hmm.
irresponsible.
Yes.
With so let's see here. She talks about. She unveiled her plan to introduce a comprehensive crypto bill that will cover everything from how cryptocurrencies are taxed and categorized to consumer protections. The bill will also propose creating a new entity to oversee the digital assets market.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's really interesting. And she's a great supporter, someone who understands it, better, almost better than anyone in the government.
Yeah.
So I hope that people listen, and I hope this bill gets approved.
Yeah, and this was her quote back in October said, "Thank God for Bitcoin and other non-fiat currencies that transcend the irresponsibility of governments, including our own." So several bills have already been introduced in Congress with the intention of regulating the crypto sector. Don Beyer introduced a digital asset market structure, investor protection asset, blah, blah, blah. In August, they urged lawmakers to urge the chairman of SEC and the acting chairman of the CFTC to establish joint working group for the Cryptocurrency Act of 2020. So, but this is the kind of comprehensive bill. So I think this is a very positive thing moving forward.
Yeah, if it's coming from her, that is certainly, we know it comes from a good place. And now, let's see how it's structured, and let's see what, 2002 is going to be all about. I'm excited for the new year, and so many promising things at the same time. A lot of people talking about the crypto winter, so we are all prepared for that as well. So we kind of have to pay attention these days.
Yeah, we're ready. I think either way to kind of see
just kind of like what's happening. We don't
what's
know
going.
yet.
Yeah. I also thought this was, since there were so many things. There's so many things in this thread, definitely, but I thought this was really interesting that Shiba actually, the views or how many people were watching on CoinMarketCap. I think it was on CoinMarketCap. There's more people watching or monitoring Shiba than Bitcoin in 2021.
That is
Isn't
great.
that amazing?
That was incredible to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's something really weird about the whole thing.
Yeah. Trends are trends, and sometimes when it picks up. It's just like earlier this year when Elon Musk was, first talking about the environmental issues with Bitcoin, and then Doge was like the center of attention. I think that died down a little bit, and now it's all about Shiba. So it is interesting. It doesn't surprise me, The trick is the longevity too, right? Let's think, how long. Bitcoin has been strong for a long period of time. So Shiba is fun, but Bitcoin is Bitcoin. To me, my opinion, I guess.
It'll be interesting, just with this coin market, the market cap that it has, and then the development that it's seeing with the swaps and the NFT, its own, all of that it has. It's just really a strong thing. So
talking about talking about swap, I was just yesterday watching, and I got cut off because my little one is at home, so I didn't continue. But it was talking about that Reggie,
Sure.
DeFi situation, and it was a video from Bix, the Road to Ruta. So I
Yeah.
got to go back to it. Because I want an update. I feel like I wanted to give an update today, but I didn't keep up with the
Get
story,
through
but I
all of it.
will. So I'm sending people over there in case they want to get an update on that.
Yeah, Bix has stayed on top of the whole Veritasium, Reggie Middleton situation, and that's
I
definitely,
know.
if you want to stay on top of it and know where to go
Oh,
with what's going on with that, we can
since
check
you
on it.
said the word swap, I'm like, let me just,
Yeah.
since
It'll
last
be
week.
interesting to see what happens to all the other swaps, because now that he has received that, or been recognized for his original patent in the US.
No, the problem is I started to watch the video with Bix, and he started to explain a little bit more about the whole thing. And he was saying, like, if you actually create an NFT, you're actually not using his technology, but if you actually sending or swapping or something an NFT, then you are. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm giving NFT gifts. Am I gonna get in trouble?
No, but Reggie said that he doesn't want to destroy any of that space,
Yeah, no.
but that what he might do, what he said in his interviews, that what he might do is that he might have those swaps like have to hold or use Veritasium
I
to
know.
continue using their swaps or their platform.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like a requirement possibly
Yeah,
in the future. I mean, interesting. And I would assume too that would be implemented once that kicks in too. And it's not, you know what I mean? Like how would people would, you're just playing with the technology. You're not really doing no harm, not
right,
saying not everyone, right?
right.
Some people are, but it's just interesting to see where this case goes, and it's something that I'm gonna be paying attention here and there, and hopefully we can send some updates here in the show.
Yeah. I mean, I think I just see it strengthening the space. If anything, it's almost like, another layer of legitimizing maybe
Totally.
what swaps he sees as being true DeFi, or what the, validating, what the safe swaps are, or, what that safe
Yeah.
protocol is.
And giving more clearance for the future, because if it was approved as a patent, it means that it is a legit technology.
Right. That it's the legitimate, it's the Veritasium protocol standard kind of
I
thing.
wonder if that WebBot thing about a lot of the coins going away is because we're using that Veritasium standard, and a lot of them can't meet that.
That would be possible. Yeah.
Be
Maybe you
interesting,
have
wouldn't
to,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, Anna. You
I
see?
don't know.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. That's where we're just so early with all of this, and there's so much ahead of us that,
For sure.
a lot
For
of
sure.
possibility.
Yeah. Let's
Um,
next. That is so much, but at the same time, it was not as the news wasn't as spicy, I would say.
no, there were a lot of lists. Like I put one, I don't know that we want to read through. I don't want to read anything that's boring. Like there was a list of, list of your here for your Sunday reading enjoyment. Catch up on end of the year lists on the 11 most interesting DAOs.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to read that.
Yeah, I kind of picked through. It's kind of interesting. Some of them are fun. I mean, some of them we already
I love
used.
of course, I love the, the one where they have the constitutional DAO in there, but
Yeah, I loved a couple like the music ones. I'm like, sometimes I need a beat or two to put it on a
there you go.
video, and maybe it's time that I sign up for a music platform, not to, but just to buy my own beats. You know what I mean? To add to certain things.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like for example, that beautiful commercial we did with Janice.
So, well, are we able to see that? We've never
Not
seen
until
Not
the
yet,
movie.
not until
Okay.
it comes
But you
out.
got it didn't you?
I know. I wish we could. I get to see it. I saw
All
it.
right, good.
But it's because me and Rodrigo, we crafted it, you know.
Yeah,
So,
right. That was
yeah.
fair. Yeah.
And then, what was I saying? I completely forgot.
The music.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
we had a bunch of
amazing.
amazing music because we have a Canva membership, which you can, use some music, but then, because it's going to be maybe used on a movie and we don't know how much it's going to be distributed, we were hesitant because we're like, maybe it's, maybe there is something wrong about it. But if I buy my own original beat, then I can put it wherever I want, you see, and just use it as much as I want. So I'm seeing more and more marketplace for it.
Wow. That's
It's
incredible.
So it was interesting and introduced me
This
to a couple
download
ones
the
that I thought
Shiba
were cool.
image.
Yeah.
To me, that's just out like, is this money laundering? Why do they just make one up for $400?
So I was reading on this that this Pleaser DAO bought the Shiba image for $4 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Very interesting.
I'm so jaded. I think it's money laundering when I see stuff like that.
Nana, it wouldn't surprise me if it's something, it could happen.
Who knows, right?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they say even, even using property has been used for money laundering in the past.
Anything can be really.
Asian people have come over here to the US and bought big properties and paid cash and then sold it. And I mean,
you're on TV.
Any tool can be used for good or evil,
Yeah, unfortunately, you gotta have your own good heart to, do, what's right for you. I try my best. I don't have many NFTs, and what I mean is, true versions of original artwork that I make with my own heart.
See, she makes.
And then recently, I had to do this as a gift because I'm such a proud mom, you guys. Look at this.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna download my wallet.
I can't really show everything, otherwise it shows her school and her name and things like that. I want to keep it private, but this came from her school. I was like, Mama was so proud. I'm like, I need to give people a gift. But these are free, they're not supposed to have any value attached to it or anything. It's like a gift from the heart.
They're so cute. I love them. They have such an appeal. They're very appealing,
Very appealing. I looked at it and then I showed it to a friend and he was like, oh, that looks like a little deer on a headlight. You know what I mean? Like he looks like a little spook, like something would, be crossing the road.
The big eyes, absolutely.
I know. I mean, and I'm hoping she keeps up with the tradition and brings me one every year. Because this is her at 5, we can do her.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and I added a list. Let me count how many people won the NFT. We have 16, but there are 2 more on Twitter that just did it.
I didn't see that.
None
do you have a Wax wallet?
I'm sure I do.
If you do, I'll send.
You can show me how to get one.
I'm sure.
I didn't want to read
I'll
that.
send Lisa 2, okay, Nana? And then yours is with Lisa.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
And you send me your Wax address, Lisa. And then a couple more in Instagram. So I got a list of, altogether, it's going to be 20 people who received it, who.
And then let us send her some Litecoin.
Yeah.
Aw, come on.
Yes, for Christmas. Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Lisa and Anna send her some Litecoin for Christmas. That would be nice.
Yes. I'll plug a little wallet in our comment back.
Yes. Okay. That would be good. Yeah. I would love that.
Let me see.
That would be so
I won't do it now. We'll do it later.
Okay.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, that would be so fun. I would love that.
Yeah.
Recruit one more into the fam,
That's right.
He loves it. Oh my gosh. Everything. If you see the collection, it's just a piece of paper where she writes the B with the and she says Litecoin. I was banned from YouTube because of that.
That's like them taking down your.
Because of it was a video of Lai. I had just came back from the conference, my first Litecoin summit. She was, I think, 2 years old, and she's saying, "Mommy loves Litecoin," something like that. And I recorded and put it on.
That,
Yeah,
So
I
I
know.
made the mistake of on Thursday because I'm sick, and Johnny wasn't able to, and so I was like, "Well, Cannon, you get on,
And
and I'll be off camera."
I should have alerted you. Oh my
And
God.
I said, "I'll just ask you questions, or you can ask people in the chat can ask you questions."
And it was so good. And it'd be so cute. I mean, it was
And
so
they
cute.
cut
you
it
know?
live, and then I was like, "What?" And so I hurried and just deleted it
I
so I
know.
wouldn't lose my channel.
I
And
know.
What is their thinking though? When you
so I think I think it's the way that I had the settings. So
Yeah.
automatically I have the settings and it says this is not made for children, or doesn't.
oh,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you have to say like
That I
features.
got caught when those settings just kicked in and they asked the question. They sent a questionnaire and they're like, is your channel for kids? And I said,
Or
no.
kids. And
oh,
does
I
it
had that
features?
one video that had my little girl talking Litecoin,
That
even
doesn't
though it
seem
wasn't
right.
for kids.
Right.
You know, that's the Nazi environment. You know.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
my channel got deleted. I was in Brazil on a vacation drinking some
Yeah,
margarita.
you're like, what in the world?
I'm like, what the heck? And so many YouTubers at the time got Ivan the Tech. So many people got
Oh, so
caught.
it was during that big purge.
You was, and Rachel from
Ah.
Cointelegraph, she even I have an article that has my name because E from Litecoin family sent me a message. He's like, your Rachel just mentioned you on an article. You don't have a YouTube anymore. And I was on vacation and then I
Yeah,
checked.
no idea. Oh my gosh.
I had no idea. And then I never filed to try to get it back. I got so sad. I was like, why? I felt like so, I don't know. I felt like when you go to a party, you are invited in and then someone kick you out of the party. And then you're like, do I really want to go back in there?
Yeah.
No.
I really want to go back in that door. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's how I felt. And then I didn't have a channel for many, many years. And then Lisa asked me to join. And that's how I'm here on YouTube again.
Yeah. I know. I'm so thankful that you joined me. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, it was sad. But it passed and I love Odyssey. I love Theta.
Yeah, Odyssey has a great community. It's been good.
I'm building up my little channel on Theta too. Slowly just plugging in some videos here and there, and because there isn't many Brazilians there, I figured let me start it up and boost some Portuguese content there, what happens. Yeah, bring some Brazilians in. Theta is nice. It's a nice platform.
I need you to get me to help. I need your help on Theta because I tried streaming on Theta.
I couldn't.
Back when.
Well, right now you can through the node. It's possible. The technicalities get me, but I can't stream nothing. I'm horrible.
Because I was running a node and but you had to request a stream key and go live. And I did all that stuff and I could never get a key. And
they
then
may have streamlined it or something since you did
it's been a while since I've tried.
From what I know, it doesn't work with StreamYard. It works with OBS.
Oh, never mind. I'm not willing to.
I'm not an OBS person too because the audio doesn't like Mac. And then I start like, okay, it's too intricate for me. So, but I did try streaming using StreamYard on Odyssey and I thought I wasn't live and then I realized I was. So I had luck on that. Maybe I'll do a live show there at some point.
Okay.
When I have time, when I find time.
When you have time.
Yeah.
I know we've been following Turkey, and this was really exciting for Thanksgiving, for Christmas.
Yes.
More news: the Turkish president sent a crypto law to parliament. I thought this was really positive for the Turkish people.
So like our recent submittal, huh?
I wish it was.
I don't think it is. I don't know your input on this.
Well, I have so much input on this. It's kind of hard to trim my input on this in a way. Well, let's say like this. The thing is a little vague. So when I read it, it's a little vague. So we don't know exactly what he is trying to do. But he
More like a
flip
CBDC.
flops very fast. He will do anything to try to recover his economy right now because it's a little bit of a mess, cluster mess, I would say.
Yeah.
And so what happened is, I'll give you a little breakdown. Maybe he's doing something good, and maybe he's gonna put some sort of crypto law in place, but I'm not sure if this will truly be implemented. In the recent time, what happened is basically he's been lowering interest rates, and every time he did that, the Turkish lira has been devaluating to the point that it became $1 was equal to 18 liras.
Right.
So right before that happened, it happened a big jump because he announced something. He said that he went from like 10, 12 liras a dollar to 18, kind of like overnight, because he said, we are little Muslims, and Muslims, that law that we shouldn't have interest rates, Khan, I think that's what we call. And because of Khan, I'm lowering the interest rates even more. Every time he does that, the Turkish lira devalues more in relationship to the dollar. That's happening like cookie cutter, because he shouldn't be doing that while inflation is kicking in, okay? And then overnight, on a Sunday, he announced that he was going to. What happened is, people saw the dollar was increasing in value, so they started hedging on the dollar and protecting themselves using dollar. And then overnight, and lira started losing trust, okay? Then overnight, on a Sunday, he announced that he was basically going to stimulate people buying Turkish lira back again, because he was going to secure them. He's guaranteeing people that if they convert their dollars into Turkish lira, even if the Turkish lira devalues, he'll pay the difference to people, okay? I know, it's kind of like a little crazy, okay? Everybody falls. And on the Monday, from 18, the dollar is back to $12 or $10. So it gets devalued, gets valued 40%, but it messes up the whole strategy of the whole country, caught people by surprise. So, there are several people who were holding dollars in Turkey who overnight lost 40%.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? So, and a lot of businessmen were, because they felt like he's gonna keep taking the same approach of lowering interest rates, and he continues to, but he's saying, hey, I'm gonna lower interest rate, but if you transfer your dollar into lira, I'm going to guarantee whatever price it goes up, I'm going to cover. It's like insurance, a government insurance. I've never seen anything like that by any other country, but he's implementing something like that. So a guy that does that, I don't know. It's interestingly, I don't know.
Hard to trust what he's going to roll out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I don't think anything that he does would have strong fundamentals underneath it, and
so then you're like, whether he puts something out or not. So
I don't know.
What about the parliament?
I just don't know if this is a good or bad thing for crypto, or how it's gonna be looked at. If this is gonna be good or not for Turkish people. No matter what, I do think that crypto being there and people being able to hedge on cryptocurrencies have been a blessing, because whoever wasn't hedging on dollars in Turkey, it's a very gold and precious metals established country. Every bazaar you go, you can buy gold, you can transact with gold really easily. Women have those little bracelets that are thin, they stack it up, and you could easily have a full economy there without actually having currency. It's one of the few places in the world that I've been that I felt that sense, and it was awesome. And And from what I know, if we look statistics, country in terms of Turkey, in terms of percentage, is one of the countries that have the highest percentage of crypto users. The only sad thing is that this year they had so much like pyramid schemes and exchanges that have gone bad. So unfortunately, I know that if you look like if you do a retrospective of 2021, it's great because Bitcoin is hitting an all-time high in Turkey right now. You know what I mean? Again, but at the same time, there were few things there that hurt people that weren't as great, like exchanges that ran away with money, things like that. So,
okay.
Yeah, maybe some newbies had losses, unexpected losses. That's what
in Turkey.
Yeah, in Turkey.
Interesting. Yeah, because I was wondering, like, if they didn't have the option before, then maybe this would give them another like type of thing like gold to hedge versus just having the lira, which can be manipulated, and the dollar that can be manipulated.
Yeah, what they need right now, I would say, is like more strong. I have a mosquito going around, you guys. That's why
you're good.
And he's been here bugging me. I think it would be nice if they created more clear regulations, and went harsher on the exchanges and on the regulatory part for exchanges. You know what I mean?
Okay.
In Turkey, like who can perform business and who can't, those type of things. I think there would be nice. I think.
What are the thoughts on parliament in Turkey? Are they mostly in control of the president, or are they more trusted than the president?
President, he has changed so many. I don't know if it's good for me to be talking too much about this.
Okay. No.
He has been in power for a very, very long time. Turkey is a democracy. It has been, but it periodically changed presidents, and for some reason he's been there. I don't know, lingering a little long, and it changes titles. Some things get changed, but definitely it's more under his wings.
Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know how their government structure was.
I know. Interesting because Turkey comes from a very democratic background. You have like leaders that democratized the country, like Ataturk, and made the country very European because they wanted to keep with the European standards. So, and it is becoming, and of course you have migration as well coming from other countries, right? You have these Syrians that came in, more people that came. So Turkey helped a lot of more ideologies, Muslim ideologies. So when I traveled there now, comparing to when I traveled there 10 years ago, 7 to 10 years ago, I would say that you will see more women covered outside. People were more, I don't see as many mini skirts as I saw before. We were more relaxed, I would say, so it is becoming a little bit more religious, and partially because of the demographic that is changing as well. But you go to Istanbul, for example, and you go to Taksim, you still have bars. You have a mix there. You have everything, you have the super modern, with the mini skirt, and then you have, immigrants coming from different parts of the Muslim world that are covered to a degree that you didn't see there before, like even with the nets, like the so not as common as the countries that it's only like that. In Turkey is open, just like America. You can have everything, okay? It's what people choose to be. But at the same time, there is a cultural change that is happening. But
if they get too big and powerful, that may be all there is.
That's the trick. There are several and very educated public, very interesting people, and there are several attempts of the educated side, to combat this type. I think like a political change would bring back the spark, and so
Yeah,
it's
I can understand that. Yeah.
interesting. Turkey is interesting. So I'm not sure. We'll see. Let's wait on that.
Yeah,
Once
there's a lot going on there,
you
though.
know,
That's really interesting to see that change so much, that
I
culture.
know there are, and for me, it's a country that is close to my heart, I would
Yeah.
say. You know,
I could be mistaken, but I don't know if it was WebBot stuff, but several years ago when they're talking about when the domino falls, where will it happen first? I was thinking it was places like maybe
Lebanon,
Italy, Greece,
Turkey.
Turkey. I could, like I said, I could be wrong about that, but with
mhm.
this recent devaluation thing and all, makes you wonder how much they're wobbling.
Oh my goodness, it is crazy. And I remember over a year and a half back, he sold all his stock. He tried to combat um, the lira devaluing, and then he sold. They had a lot of in-house dollars, and they sold everything, and they held their lira down for a little while, but then it kept on blowing up, and now they don't have they don't have their own hedge. They used to have a hedge, and then they lost that. I mean, a strategy. I give you a strategy. Turkey, go mine your hot springs. You have amazing hot
Yeah.
capture that air, make some volcanic something, start mining some Bitcoin. I mean, maybe that can help, and that can be some build up, because Turkey has a lot of hot springs and some good energy sources, and maybe they can structure in a way that start looking towards the citizens and building something for them, right? Like El Salvador is
Well, and that's what we're seeing, is these countries looking at what they have, what El Salvador's doing, what we're seeing, Brazil looking at their natural resources, and then, looking at how you turn those natural reoccurring resources into value for their country, and what that can do to build up for the people of their country. That is the future.
Right.
For sure. There are several countries doing that, and Russian is picking up as well. There are several.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard that in Russia as well.
Just shifting their, the excess energy that they produce. Russia has a lot of energy that they produce, so they are, slowly looking into, let's use this excess for something good. Before, a lot of people didn't think, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, proof of work was something good, but now they're like, this is good. It actually helped a lot of families hedge, against their currencies around the world. I mean, it was global.
That's really beautiful. I love that. I know we're almost up. I wonder, did you have any chance to look at some of this Web3 stuff that people are putting out?
Well, I understand very little about Web3. Okay. From what I know, it's a decentralized new internet that is being built on a new layer. And I know there are some strong forces, trying to put work into it, including Jack from Twitter. And then you have Elon Musk criticizing it a little bit, But anyone that is in blockchain, especially decentralized blockchain, we can understand that the work is not profit oriented, so it doesn't need to be fast, right? We are doing work here to create something for the better of our future, of humanity. So, in my opinion, I would say, Ellen, we are not in a rush.
Right.
Things can go slow so that everybody is able to do their input and build this nicely, So, but
get it right.
Get it right, and
there's plenty of work for everyone to do. Yeah, we can all participate. Yeah.
And I'm just seeing more and more, like a Shapeshift was an exchange and a company, and now they just went into a DAO and becoming completely decentralized, and into, a lot of things are going into that direction, in which their users are taking care of their platforms and their structures. So I do hope that one day we can have ourselves more input on how the internet behaves, and that would be great. Or at
Yeah.
least be able to understand it and be everything open source.
That may
I like the
coincide
idea
when
of that.
Digibyte becomes more prominent, because right now it's like, why aren't they on more exchanges? And of course, they're a grassroots type of development. That I think that's interesting.
I see, Nana. You see, I gotta get more and understand Digibyte a little more,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
community. Yeah,
I
and
think they're like a little more highly evolved in their energy intent, more of a people's coin. And Jared Tate is obviously the
Patriot.
hooking bull there. But as I understand it, is a lot of volunteer grassroots development. And so if you move away from these exchanges that are centralized, that you have to pay $1 million to be on, or what, if we get into more of a decentralized world, then I can see where something like that might thrive, where right now there are some obstacles for it.
yeah, I agree with you, Nana. The one of the obstacles right now would be even the veracity thing, to see how this thing is gonna shape
Exactly.
up and works well in a legitimized way and everything. And regulation will come a little later, as we know.
Right.
So until
It's
then,
like somebody dumped a puzzle on the table, and then they dumped pieces from parts of other puzzles, and everybody's trying to put the pieces together, and eventually it'll all gel. There's so much creativity now, and unknowns, and picking the wrong puzzle piece that will never complete the puzzle.
Totally. Someone tried to explain, ask me, and I was like, I'm hoping for more interoperability. And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, think like this. Imagine when email were just created, and you could only send email, Hotmail to Hotmail, Gmail to Gmail, AOL to AOL. What we need is like a full sync, a full mix, so we can actually send a Hotmail to a Gmail and blah, 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 blah. And then it becomes just easier for people to visualize how early we are, and how, just like you said, not all the pieces of the puzzle have come together yet.
And of course, Digibyte has, the DigiID thing, which might be huge. Maybe that's going to replace email and I don't know.
Well, and there are already decentralized exchanges like FIBO, things like that, but people just don't know about it.
Oh yeah,
that you can already do things to cross-chain things like that, but people just don't even know about it because it's so small, because it is decentralized. So there's not something out there pumping
not
it.
Big money behind it, right?
That's exactly what happened to me. I went to the Bitcoin conference 2019. I went to the Keep Key Shapeshift booth. They gave me a Keep Key if I signed up for Shapeshift, and they told me, transfer your coins over here. You can trade directly from your hardware wallet, a ledger, blah, 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 blah. And then I got hooked. I'm like, I abandoned everything. And I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do, because this is, I felt safe, only, and this was before Uniswap was on. This was before any of those enchiladas was on. Okay. And then I that's why I actually missed out on some of those airdrops, because I felt I was doing the right way anyways. Why am I gonna try some random, deck? And then, okay, I got a little sad. I missed on some airdrops, blah, blah, blah. And I've been using it for a year. And now the thing went decentralized, and I got my Fox airdrop. And it was amazing. I was like, so Shapeshift happened to, and, this thing is quite early. It's been a while. And I always loved it because it's from Eric Voorhees, Keep Key, Shapeshift. I like the where they come from. So I'm like, if I'm gonna use a product, I'm gonna support these. And then the Ledger Hack, I'm like, this is a little safer. for some reason, I just felt more inclined to use it. And luckily, there was an airdrop recently, and it was nice. It was awesome. And it comes from being decentralized. And it looks like because I was there early enough, you know, we got a little bit of a reward from that. So I was like, yes. Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's good to be in early.
Early is always good. That's right.
Yeah. So, but I never actually bought any Fox, which is their token. I just earned it from using, you know, and it's been a little bit of a blessing, you know. So, and it's amazing. The world is amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You are amazing. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. And thanks to everybody in the chat. We are.
Yeah, Octaviano is here saying Litecoin is the gem. Yes, Litecoin
so
is
sweet.
the gem. So many amazing things coming out with Litecoin. You have Mimbo, you have Taproot also being implemented in Litecoin. I mean, looks like it's already everything may be up. So if you have the know-how, jump in there, play with Omni, and come up with some good stuff and show it to us. We'll promote it.
Yeah, definitely. That's something I can't wait for OmniLite to be more user-friendly. That's one thing I would love to be able to.
Yeah, just a solid, interesting project that would issue their tokens into the Litecoin, in the Litecoin blockchain, and just know that you working with one of the most reliable network, you know, in the world. It never had any downtime, and it's inexpensive to transact. So it's like a little bit like heaven on earth, right? And it doesn't need any upgrades to make this happen already. Okay, it's already like that. So it just
ready to go.
Yeah, and I do think there will be a lot of interest. It's just like the market is showing so many directions right now, but once I think developers have their eye and they know quality, and quality is always there.
Definitely. Well, you guys make sure to take care. There was there's some banking information, but we're going to touch on that tomorrow. And tomorrow's show that I know Chicago was having some trouble paying their employees.
I didn't hear
and
that one.
Even some trouble in India with the banks. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Maybe we'll still be at Nana's, hopefully.
I think I'm going to let the air out of their tires.
Yeah. And I'm glad because I did not understand that document, Lisa. So I'm glad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the India one. And then there was some information about Chicago more recently. So we'll check on that tomorrow. But Nana's got to go let her chickens.
Thank you. You remembered. It's getting dark. I'm watching the window here.
Yes. All right.
Bye, Nana. Have a good one, you guys. Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. In 2022.
Here we go, guys.
There we go.